Today, we're diving into a topic that many entrepreneurs find both exciting and daunting: writing a book. It's a journey that can solidify your authority, expand your reach, and share your valuable insights with a broader audience. But as with any significant endeavor, there are common mistakes that many fall into. And today, I'm going to walk you through some of these common mistakes and also give you some tips to avoid them. So let's get started. First on our list is not defining your target audience, your ideal reader, if you like. This is a huge one. Many entrepreneurs make the mistake of thinking that their book should appeal to everyone. But here's the truth. If you try to write a book for everyone, you end up writing a book for no one. So your message gets diluted. It loses impact. So before you even put pen to paper, you need to have a crystal clear picture of who your ideal reader is. Who are they? What are their challenges and pain points? What keeps them up at night? What would they really, really desire most, and make it as simple as possible to get? What solutions are they looking for? Understanding your audience will help you tailor your content to their needs and interests. So that's super important. Know your ideal reader. Next up is lacking a clear purpose. Now, a book without a clear purpose is like a ship without a rudder. It's like all over the place. It drifts aimlessly. It's over here, it's over there, and it's not going where you want it to go. Are you writing to educate? Are you writing to inspire? Are you writing to entertain? Maybe you're doing all three. Now, it is rare for nonfiction books to, write for entertainment, but, you can throw some fun stuff in there. Just be you. But having a clear purpose will guide your writing process and also ensure that your book has a strong, cohesive message. So take some time to think about what you want your readers to walk away with after they've finished your book. This will not only help you stay focused and writing your book, but also make your book more impactful. So have a plan, start with the end in mind, and work back from there. Another common mistake that I see is underestimating the time commitment it takes to write a book. Now, don't get me wrong. In my book, Automatic Authority, I teach how to write a book in 28 days. I actually wrote that book in 7 days, and it is totally possible, but I pretty much didn't do anything else in that 7 days. So writing a book is a marathon, not necessarily a sprint. It does take time, it does take effort, it does take dedication. And many entrepreneurs start with this huge burst of enthusiasm, like, yeah, I'm writing a book. And then they get bogged down, they get writer's block, and they realize just how much work is involved, and they give up. We don't want that for you. So set realistic deadlines for yourself. Break the process down into manageable chunks, and then tackle them one at a time. Set yourself writing times each day. If it's 15 minutes, an hour, whatever your schedule looks like, you don't have to take huge chunks out of your life to write a book, but consistency is key. You have to stick at it. One word in front of the other is how you get to where you go. Every minute adds up. Right, let's talk about editing, the dreaded editing phase. Here's the thing. No first draft is perfect. I actually tell my clients, how's your first bad draft going? Call it the first bad draft. Give yourself permission for it to be word vomit. That is totally okay. I can actually guarantee you that what you've written is not word vomit and it is not a first bad draft. But in your mind, that inner critic is like, this is garbage. You can't send this out into the world. That is not true. But let's humor your inner critic and call it the first bad draft. The first draft is literally that. It's just the beginning. It's where you get your ideas down on paper. But the real magic happens during that editing phase. Now, you will self-edit before you send it to the editor. And when I say self-edit, I don't mean like you become a professional editor. Please, for the love of God, do not do that. Hire professional editors, please. But when you are self-editing before you send it through to the editor, I mean, you're reading through it, you're making sure that you're happy with it, that you have communicated the ideas that you want, that you haven't missed anything, etc. It's where you refine your ideas, improve clarity, polish your words, make sure that it flows nicely. A hot tip that I can give you here is read it out loud, because hearing it read out loud or get someone else to read it out loud to you really highlights where there might be like little potholes in the sentences, if you like. Yeah, and then it goes through to the editor. So please don't be afraid to invest in a good editor. Your book must be quality if it is going to enhance your business and not damage it. They will catch errors that you might have missed and also provide valuable feedback to make your book shine. Now I want to talk about self-publishing. Now, self-publishing is a fantastic option for many entrepreneurs and lots of people do it, but it really is important to do it right. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see is people trying to do everything themselves, like doing your cover in Canva. Please don't do that. You really need your book to be quality. And if you do not have those necessary skills for the various things that it takes to get a book from your head and out onto Amazon and onto store bookshelves, then you are going to need to hire a variety of professionals along the way. So self-publishing does give you control, but that doesn't mean that you should skimp on professional help. So hire a professional cover designer, hire an editor, and the book's cover is the first thing that potential readers will see. And we all know how important those first impressions are. And if that first impression doesn't hit your ideal reader between the eyes, they're going to pick up your competitor's book and then it's game over. So also, I want you to invest in professional typesetting services or formatting services. That's where they take your Word document and make it look really pretty and appealing. And make sure that it looks great on every device, okay? Because there's a variety of different formatting things that have to happen in the back end for your book to be readable on iPhone and Kindle and all of the other fancy-dancy stuffs. And then don't forget about marketing either. A good marketing strategy can make or break your book's success. Not having a marketing plan is the worst mistake you can make, I reckon. So writing the book is just the first step. Without a solid marketing plan, your book might never reach your ideal readers that it deserves. So you need to start planning your marketing efforts well before your launch date. Build anticipation, use social media, use your colleagues, use your followers, use your network, use podcast platforms, use the media, use whatever you can to get that book into the right hands. Okay, you want to maybe run a pre-order campaign to generate buzz, create a landing page on your website so that people can join a wait list in exchange for maybe an exclusive something or other that they can't get anywhere else. Talking about leveraging your existing network, they can be your biggest advocates, okay? Don't be shy about asking for support. People love to support you. All you have to do is ask. So reach out to your friends, reach out to family, ask your friends to reach out to their friends and their family, reach out to your followers on social, make it personal. We don't want these copy paste things going out there. Ask them to share their book with their networks, leave reviews, spread the word. Personal recommendations go such a long way and it's the cheapest marketing that you can get. Another pitfall that I see many people kind of trip up on is not continuing the conversation. So people will launch a book and it's like, oh yeah, so exciting. And then it's like a week later, there's this huge come down and they're like, well, what happened? What do I do now? You have to keep marketing this thing. Okay, your book should be the start of a conversation, not the end of it. So engage with your readers, respond to their comments and questions on social media, host live events and webinars, keep the momentum going and build a community around your book. Let's not forget about overloading your book with information. As entrepreneurs, we often have a lot of knowledge and insights we want to share. That doesn't mean you should. Cramming too much into one book can really overwhelm your readers. You want to focus on delivering clear, actionable information. You can always write another book or 7 to cover additional topics. You can write a whole series, but the importance is to keep it very clear on what solution you're providing in this particular book. You don't want to teach everything that you've ever learned because confused people don't buy. And it won't have the impact that you want it to. Lastly, I want to talk about ignoring the importance of storytelling. Facts and figures are great, but nobody wants to read a textbook or feel like they're taking a finals exam. We're not back in uni. Stories connect with readers on an emotional level. That's where the magic happens. You want to bring a lot of yourself into the story. Write like you talk and use personal anecdotes, personal stories, and case studies to illustrate your point. Stories make your book more engaging and memorable. What it also does is it allows the audience to peek behind the scenes of your shiny business machine and really get to know you. And then they can recognize, often on a subconscious level, hey, that's my person. And that rapidly accelerates that know, like, trust factor that it takes for them to want to buy from you. So, to sum it up, writing a book is a huge thing, okay? But it's a fun thing and it's absolutely doable. You want to avoid these common mistakes. And then when you do that, you can create something truly impactful. Define your audience, have a clear purpose, be realistic about the time commitment, invest in editing, getting professional help for self-publishing if that's what you want to do, leverage your network, have a marketing plan, continue the conversation, and avoid information overload. And most importantly, tell a story. Connect with your readers. I hope you found these tips helpful. Remember, your story deserves to be told. And with the right approach, it really can make a difference, not only in your life and your business, but the lives of your ideal readers too. And that's what we want. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow entrepreneurs. Until next time, keep striving for excellence.